What's up, guys? Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder, coming in as your host. It's been 3 days since I made a video, which you guys who've been subscribed for a long time, if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe, because all of our videos are vlogs, so they're all in order. You get the whole story. But those of you who've been subscribed for a few months, you know that back in December, I told myself I was going to do 365 videos this year, which, even though I took 2 days off from making videos, I'm still on track, because there were a couple days where we did like multiple videos, or we did a live in a video. So still have like 37 videos or something like that. But I had to just step back from the internet. I did no internet for like 48 hours. It was amazing. It's so nice to just unplug every once in a while. I don't even have Facebook. I literally don't even have a Facebook account. So, and for that very reason, because it just becomes so overwhelming, and it's just a black hole that sucks you in. So yeah, I took 2 days, no internet, other than having to do, not no internet. I had to use internet for running the truck, of course, but didn't make videos. So anyway, just in case, because I did get some messages like, hey, you guys okay? Yeah, we're fine. Just didn't make videos. Anyway, so something happened this morning, and I was so peeved about it. We are in Tennessee, headed to Ohio, which I'm very happy about, because that is my favorite reload place, even though we're going to Springfield this weekend. I gotta get my physicals due like next week, so I gotta get that done. I've got a couple things we need to do. We gotta get a PM on the truck, which we tried to do Saturday, only to wait 8 hours in line to be told they didn't have filters and stuff like that. So, and now we got a big old screw in a tire. So it's got a slow leak. It's not terrible. I mean, it's holding air, but have to put air in it every 2 or 3 days, few pounds. But that's got to be dealt with. So we're heading to Springfield this weekend. But right now we're in Tennessee, headed to Ohio. And something happened this morning. I drove 650 miles. They're doing construction here. That's not gunshots. Anyway, I drove 650 miles. I knew where this rest area was that I was going to be pulling into to end my shift. I knew that it was when I pulled it up on Qualcomm or on OmniTrax, it showed 43 miles to this rest area, and I had 55 minutes left on my clock. No traffic, doing 65, not a problem. There's places I could have stopped between where I was in that rest area in case I got into a jam, in case the traffic got bad. But I wanted to get to that rest area because it's a big rest area. I knew it'd have a place to sit, and it was like 5:30 in the morning. So, parking can be pretty tough at truck stops at that time of the morning, especially on a Monday morning. So there was no reason why I couldn't make it. So I went for it, and I did make it. I made it with 4 minutes left on my clock. In fact, I posted a picture of it in Discord right after I parked, which proves one thing for sure, and that is that you can't log into your Prime app account if the truck is moving. If you're the driver and the truck is moving, you can't. I mean, you can log in, but you can't see anything. It won't let you, because you're obviously not supposed to have your phone in your hands, right? So the fact that I was actually able to take a screenshot to show that I only had 4 minutes left on my 11-hour drive clock shows that I actually was parked. But unbeknownst to me, right when I switched myself to on duty, which I still had time on my 14-hour clock. It doesn't matter. You can go on duty beyond your 14-hour clock. But right when I switched myself to on duty to do my vehicle inspection, the Qualcomm froze, completely froze. Like, it showed on the screen that it switched to on duty, but apparently at that second it froze, and it didn't actually take that. It didn't actually log that. It didn't send that to Springfield. It didn't log it into Qualcomm. It just left me on the drive line. Well, I figured this out about 8 minutes later when I went to try and, put myself off duty. It wouldn't do anything. And then I go look in the app and it still shows me driving. And I'm like, crap, at this point, it's like obvious. So I call logs. Yeah, we still show you driving. He says, do me a favor. And I had been spending like 5 or 10 minutes trying to get the damn thing to reboot, which those of you at Qualcomm, when that thing freezes, it's not easy to get it to reboot. There's a little button on the left that you use to reboot it, and it's not easy. It's not responsive. Like, it's Qualcomm OmniTrack's, they say on their website that they're all about innovation. This thing is like BlackBerry, it's literally like, it's ridiculous that this is the technology that we have. But anyway, so yeah, I was several, like 5 or 6 minutes, maybe longer, over on my 11-hour drive clock. And I was livid, you guys, because we run really clean logs. We've never had any problem with our audits. We've passed all of our DOT inspections. In fact, we've even had a DOT officer in Pennsylvania tell us that we had the cleanest logs he's ever seen. Like, we run really clean, good logs, right? So that was aggravating. I've never had a critical event. Knock on wood, I have no wood to knock on, but I've never had a critical event. I've never had a safety issue. I'm PTC Prime certified. We run clean logs. I was aggravated as shit at this situation. Fortunately, Prime was able to see that I actually did stop the truck, because it does, it logs where you're at. So the guy who was in the logs this morning, he said, yeah, are you at? And I said, yep, that's where I am. He said, yeah, we show you that you got there 15 minutes ago. I said, yeah, I've been here for 15 minutes. The truck has not been moving. There's no axle rotation. Truck's not been moving. I can open up Prime. I'm sitting here. He said, well, it didn't change. And because of the damn ELD changes, now, for those of you who've been driving for Prime, or really any trucking company that uses uses Qualcomm, I can't remember what we used to use, but like a year and a half ago, we used something different. It wasn't ELD. It was like a 4-letter, so I can't remember what it was called. But in that system, before the ELD mandate, Prime our logs department was actually able to edit your drive line. They can no longer do that on ELD. And that's aggravating, because there actually are circumstances where that does need to be edited. And this is one of them. A glitch in the Qualcomm, which logs acknowledges is what happened, caused me to go over on my 11-hour drive time. So, so basically what I'm being told is, and I guess it could be a big deal. I guess it's not a big deal, or hopefully it's not a big deal, is that there's nothing that can be done about it. According to my logs, I went over my 11-hour drive clock. And there's nothing that can be done to change that. The only thing that can be done is that logs made a notation on it saying that the Qualcomm glitched and wouldn't change status when I parked. So that's the good news. The bad news is if I run into a DOT officer in the next week who's just in a really shitty mood, but he doesn't have to buy that. It can look really suspicious. It can look like, hey, I was right up against the end of my drive clock. I went over it, so I called and said that it glitched. That's the truth. It's really, like, you can make a notation all you want, but it's really up to the officer on whether or not they want to give you that room. I think a lot of officers would probably be like, yeah, okay, you got really clean logs. Other than that, you noted it. It's just 5 minutes. We'll move on. But there's also some DOT officers that are looking for that. They're just looking for something. And that sucks, man, because this was through no fault of my own. that's why I hate this ELD, a lot of this ELD shit. I love technology, I love advancements and things like that, but sometimes we're just kind of set up for failure. You know, there's literally nothing I could do about it. Like, there's indisputable proof that the truck was at a location and was not moving, but according to the logs, I was on a drive line over my 11-hour drive clock. So, it's so frustrating, you guys, so frustrating. I hope it's a non-issue. It should be a non-issue, but if it becomes an issue, I'm going to be absolutely pissed, because there's not a damn thing you can do about it. When you work so hard to keep clean logs and keep yourself out of trouble on stuff like that, and something like that happens, oh, it's so frustrating. So I would say, hey, lesson learned here, teachable moment. When you're that close to the end of your, I had 4 minutes left. When you're that close to the end of your 11-hour clock and you change your status, do something to make sure that it's stuck. Because when I saw it switch to on duty, you know, look, confirms on the pay on the screen, I just made the assumption that, okay, we're good, switch to on duty, move on. I had no idea until it was too late that it actually froze and never registered that status. Oh, it's so annoying. So annoying. Anyway, so yeah, we got tire issue. Got a PM that we're only 3,800 miles away from having to have done. Got to get my damn medical card updated. Violated my 11-hour clock. It's a fun Monday morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a good time out there. Hope you're making good money. Hope you're staying safe in the weather. We have not been in bad weather at all for the last 4 or 5 days. It's been really nice. But now we're headed back up into Ohio, which is where the cold is going to be again. It's almost over, you guys. We got like a month and a half left of this crap. It is what it is. All right, guys, be safe. Make good decisions. As always, drive to thrive. Talk to you soon.